us bring in a former Saint. He's also part of the Fox team, Jonathan Vilma. He was at the U, won a national title there and a Super Bowl with the Saints. He played for the Saints 2008 to 2013. Jonathan Vilma, Deuce McAllister's in Missouri. I'm here in New Orleans. Welcome to the show. I have not seen you. I hope all is well. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I just finished up a couple interviews with Sean, Jameis, and the guys, and they sound ready for Sunday. It's going to be a good one.
I don't know how much you talked to at all as far as Jameis Winston is concerned. Tell me about the Jameis Winston, if you knew of him during his Tampa years, and the Jameis Winston you just finished talking to.
So the Jameis Winston that I know was strictly from the football field. Never met him before, never talked to him before. So I just knew him as a turnover-prone quarterback. And if he got flustered, he would force the issue and he would throw interceptions and, cost the team a game. The guy I just spoke to is, one, very mature, very smart, football smart, good IQ, and understand his role, which is the most important thing. He understands when people try to make it put a negative connotation on being a game manager. He's fine with that. He said it himself. Look, I have a great defense. I have a great player in Alvin Kamara. I do not have to force the issue. And one thing he mentioned, which was, I thought, very, very astute from him to understand his situation and his role and who he is, he said in Tampa, if he didn't throw for 300 yards, they're probably losing the game. He said here, I can throw for $150, 200, and we can still probably win the game, and I don't have that pressure. And so when I hear a player, the leader of your team, especially at that position, with that kind of thought process and understanding and that level of calm, a sense of peace, that tells me that he is very much aware of who he is, his role, and you can win a lot of games that way.
When you look at that Giants team, what do you see?
I do see a Giants team that's playing hard, and I always first look to see, are the guys running to the football? Are they trying to finish their blocks? Are they trying to tackle? Not necessarily always making a tackle, but at least giving the effort. And when I look at those things, because that's the first telltale sign if a head coach has lost his team. So right now I see them playing hard. I see them running around. So they're still trying to at least buy into what Joe Judge is saying, and he hasn't lost them. What I see, though, which is concerning, and you know this, with Sean, he always preached a good team doesn't have penalties. They don't beat themselves, and that's a direct reflection of the coaching, what they're allowing or not allowing in practice, which is translating to the games. So I see a lot of unforced errors, some mental mistakes, not capitalizing on plays, but in particular the unforced errors coming in the form of penalties. That tells me that there's still some issue. Well, I don't know what it is, but that has to get worked out because the team is not good enough to have 10 penalties and still win. Obviously, they're 0-3. So if you are going to be a good team, you have to buy into everything of what Joe Judge is saying. And, yes, they're playing hard. They're doing all that. But now it's the next component, which is being a disciplined team, which is what good teams are.
And my last question for you, JV, and we'll let you get out of here. Where do you see the Saints getting in trouble in this matchup? I mean, where are some problem areas for the Saints?
It's going to be pre-snap on both sides. So when Saints are on offense, Giants are on defense. The Giants do a really good job of keeping the safeties high and then on the snap bringing one safety down. Or starting a safety down, you assume it's 3 deep. On the snap, he's buzzing out and they're running an inverted 2 coverage, right? So I see that being an issue where if I'm Jameis, and I just went on about and praised Jameis about how he doesn't have to do too much. Well, even when he's not doing too much, if he's confused by the coverage, he's throwing to the wrong guy. And so that is a concern. On the flip side, a concern offensively when the Giants are on offense and the Saints are on defense is that Daniel Jones does do a really good job of commanding the offense and getting in and out of plays. So if the Saints get a little antsy in the secondary, or the linebackers start to creep up on their toes because they're about to blitz, he then checks out of that play and gets into a better play, and that could be an issue. So you start looking at kind of the cat and mouse of what happens before the snap that can lead to a good play or an unsuccessful play post-snap.